Fireside Chat with Dr. Marwan Al Zarouni and Josef Holm.
My name is Josef Holm. I'm a founding partner at Draper Goren Holm. We're a California-based Web3 venture studio and fund, and I've been living in Dubai for about 2.5 years now, and more recently spent my time mostly on my latest startup called Rewardable, which is a user acquisition and identity data play that I'll talk about a little more later. But first, it's a big pleasure to be here with one of the OGs in the Dubai crypto space, someone who's been pushing this from day one, at the forefront of it, my friend Dr. Marwan Al Zarouni. It's a pleasure to have you here. Maybe you can introduce yourself quickly to those in the audience who are new to Dubai or the industry and haven't heard of your great work yet.
All right. Thank you, Joseph, for your kind introduction. My name is Dr. Marwan Al Zarouni. I'm the CEO of Dubai Blockchain Center. I'm also a very active member in the blockchain economy and society here and the ecosystem in Dubai. I've been active since 2012, doing everything from mining to payment services to ATMs to OTC to you name it, any kind of business that's related to crypto, and really helps us push the envelope here and create the ecosystem. If nobody else built it, I would build it. If somebody built it, I would invite them to come to Dubai and really help us grow the ecosystem. And since 2012, we have grown Dubai to be the #1 destination worldwide for blockchain and crypto technology, and is also one of the key players worldwide when it comes to AI, and also the metaverse, with the metaverse strategy, with the blockchain strategy, with the AI strategy as well for Dubai and the region.
You know, that's the thing that sometimes really blows my mind, and I've only been here for 2.5 years, is how fast-paced this space is and how quickly we're growing here as a community in Dubai. And maybe I thought, you know, it would be fun to kick it off a bit, maybe also with a reflection on, you know, what's happened since 2012, right? Like, that's a really long time ago, especially in our space, or I think we count time more like in dog years or something. How did we get to where we are? Where are we? And just briefly, and how do you set the stage for 2024? What do you expect coming down the pipe for people who are already moved here, who are considering to move here, who are considering to set up a company here in the Web3 or AI space?
All right, so like I said, in 2012, we started exploring the Bitcoin ecosystem, and our first event was in 2014. It was done by Bruce Fenton and a group of us here in Dubai, and that was the first ever Bitcoin conference in the region. Beyond that, in 2016, we did, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan announced the blockchain strategy for Dubai from 2016 to 2020. So we're super early, even by any kind of standard worldwide. After that, we did, of course, the metaverse strategy, and that's ongoing as well. We released recently also D33, which is the Dubai Economic Agenda 2033, which is the Dubai Economic Outlook for the next 10 years. Along with that, and very soon after, we released the Dubai Gaming Program, which is the 10-year program for gaming. And this is where Web3 comes in as well. So the metaverse, Web3, and all of these kind of aspects of gaming, which is not only limited to entertainment, but also tied in into a digital twin, tied into government services, user experiences across Dubai, which is augmented by virtual reality and also enhanced by virtual reality experiences. So people who cannot even come to Dubai or the UAE can experience how Dubai is through the metaverse as well. So a lot of other initiatives will be coming out as well. And for example, today we have the Dubai Boat Show, but you'll see in the Dubai Boat Show we have also a jetpack race, So Dubai is always pushing the envelope, trying to push the boundaries and try to really make you think outside the box when it comes to technologies, but also new kind of ideas that push the envelope. And jetpacks are no different.
Yeah, that's what I really love about Dubai. You know, it's like I've read this somewhere, I forgot where, how the leadership is sort of running the country as a startup, and they look to other countries and see, you know, what have they done, what's worked, what hasn't worked, and then implement those winning strategies. And they're very quick to iterate and implement new ideas. You know, the whole idea of government in the metaverse, for example. You know, bring that up in Europe or in the States to any politician who still use flip phones. So like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, we did the first ever press conference in the metaverse.
Yeah. I guess that's that's the big advantage, right? Like once the leadership decides, you know, blockchain, Web3, AI is good for the country, it gets sort of pushed down to the execution level, right? And then it's just being executed. There is no more widespread discussion around it, and it doesn't have to go through Congress and through legislative processes, which obviously makes it a lot easier and to be quick on your toes and be on the forefront of this. Let's talk about something that's super important, though, and something that I have heard with a lot of excitement when you told me about the plans. We chatted about it briefly before coming up on stage here as well, which is a developer community. So there is no crypto without community, right? And there are also no scale-ups without the possibility of hiring talent locally, which you know, frankly, has been a bit of a bottleneck here in Dubai, which probably explains the relatively low number of unicorns and also scale-ups, because you end up having to go to India or somewhere else anyway. But apparently you've had some really interesting meetings with some big people here, and there are a lot of different events and initiatives planned around the developer community and the community at large. Can you share more about that here?
Yeah, so we're starting right after Ramadan, of course, from 12th of April onwards up to mid-May or even end of May. We'll have a lot of focus on events and side events for developers. We had our first gamers community with developers and also retail in Emirates Towers last week. And we'll continue to have those starting from 12. But also we have Token 2049 on the 17th and 18th of April. We have a lot of other events related to that as side events. But also we have ETH Dubai, we have Blockchain Live. We have a lot of other developer-based conferences coming up. And a lot of the development ecosystems and layer ones have actually created hacker houses here in Dubai as well. Yeah. So they do have their own weekly meetups. We'll create a lot of incubators, accelerators as well to attract more developers to come to Dubai. But not only that, a lot of developers have already moved to Dubai and did not have, you know, visibility over what is happening in the community. So we'll create central websites that have a repository of all these kind of events and happenings in Dubai to maximize their presence here in Dubai, and not only coming for the events, but coming and staying in Dubai and meeting other developers and developing together out of Dubai.
Yeah, because it's a big difference to come and check out a few of these events, such as this one, who add a lot of value. But actually, you know, packing up your family and maybe even your kids and moving here is a whole different story. And I think that's also a question that comes up a lot. So if we have any developers, entrepreneurs in the audience who are visiting and they are interested in moving here, setting up shop, short of calling you, where can they go? Where do they find information? Is there a content calendar about all these events that you shared? Who is the best person to talk to? What sort of like support system has the government put into place to make it easier for developers to move here?
So, like I said, we have the gaming program. We have also the Dubai Blockchain Center itself, which is an impact business that tries to help developers as well. So you can contact us as the Dubai Blockchain Center, but also you can contact Dubai Economy and Tourism to help you not only get golden visas for your founders, but also get visas for and hand-holding and soft landing for your companies. So if you are a crypto founder and you want to really move to Dubai and you want to move your developers here, there is a hand-holding, soft landing kind of entity here, which is Dubai Economy and Tourism Investment Attraction and Foreign Direct Investment Office, where they can help you actually choose the right jurisdiction, they can help you choose the right office space, right schools for your children, a lot of other kind of support here. So you're spoiled for choice actually when you come to Dubai and which jurisdiction, but Dubai Economy and Tourism does a really good job hand-holding you to have a soft landing for your company or startup.
Okay, very cool. So you've mentioned gaming, obviously Web3. When we think of these emerging technologies as a whole, where do you see the most traction right now? Where do you which sectors attract the most developers, the most startups? Is it Web3? Which category? Is it AI? Is it what's the hot topic of the season that brings people here?
I think it's the overlap. We are in the perfect place as well. It's AI and blockchain. So the overlap of AI and blockchain, and we're going to see much more projects. We've seen a number of projects that take off like crazy in the past couple of weeks, but you will see a lot of projects being introduced, and a lot of them will be out of Dubai as well. So you will see a huge a rush, almost like a gold rush, but in this case, crypto rush into these kind of projects. And we've seen the beginnings of it, but I think we'll continue to see more in that space. The other part is streaming and micropayments. We've seen a lot of projects coming up in that space as well, and we'll continue to see a lot more. And even the ones that are existing have pumped in the past couple of weeks dramatically as well. And you will see, again, DeFi, wallet abstraction or account abstraction. All these kind of new topics within crypto, you will see a lot more projects coming out of that area, not only globally, but more specifically here in Dubai.
Mm-hmm. That's I'm really interested in. So if you look at the last bull run, VARA and the regulations were like a step behind, right? And then they caught up, and now I think it's a working system, and companies are applying and being approved, right? What's the strategy for AI to sort of prevent or avoid falling behind that innovation curve again, as far as regulation is concerned, and what is planned from the government in terms of, because something we hear worldwide a lot, right? The EU is talking about it, America is talking about regulating AI. What's Dubai's stance on this?
So of course, as you know, we have the world's first Minister of AI, His Excellency Omar Al-Ulama, but we also have an AI ethics committee within Digital Dubai, which is the leading government department across that takes care of all government experiences, whether they are outward facing or internally. So ethics are extremely important for us, but also letting the market decide on what they want to do and prioritize things that are faster to grow and faster to market. So we prioritize a lot of the white-collar enhancement projects versus the blue-collar, software versus robotics, because they are faster to come to market. But also we have plans, medium and long-range plans for blue-collar enhancement projects, including and not limited to sustainable manufacturing. My colleague Maher was mentioning in the previous session that sustainability is extremely important. It's at the core of what we do. It's at the core of the values of Dubai and the UAE as well. So sustainability will be a huge part of that as well.
So if I understand you correctly, there is like a light touch to no regulation currently around AI startups and how they use the technology?
It's not no regulation. It is basically regularity, clarity. So we will provide much more clearer guardrails. So for example, for the metaverse, we released a white paper about what values that we see, how do we align and the values that come from the metaverse. Of course, we want people to enjoy the metaverse, but not completely openly. You have to have some guardrails, like for example, age-specific content, gated access to certain,
How do you actually enforce that?
So we have the underlying infrastructure in Dubai and in the UAE. We have a project called UAE Pass. Every person who enters the UAE has the chance to get UAE Pass. Basically, as soon as you enter UAE, you can apply for UAE Pass.
I have it, by the way, and made my life so much easier. I mean, I use it everywhere now.
Yeah, and it's blockchain ready, so I encourage developers to actually go and register as a developer and use that as a means of checking the identity, checking the age, checking other information with zero knowledge. You know, you don't have to know the age of the person or any information. You just check if they're above the legal age or not.
Okay, very cool. So we have about 5 minutes, and I would like to open it up to some questions from the audience in the end. But you know, having you here and you being the visionary that you are, if you will, and this sort of like closes the loop from the first question, how do we get to 2024? What's beyond 2024? What's your vision for the next, 5 years in this industry? Where do you see Dubai in 5 years from now? I know there is a 2030 initiative, but what else is there that you think, will? I hope this, by the way, this will become a yearly thing for us to sit here up on stage, because it's super exciting for me to get caught up as well. We did it last year and it was very successful. So where do we go from here? What's next if all of these initiatives come to fruition and become a success? Where are we in 5 to 10 years?
So you'll see Dubai becoming more of a centerpiece within the world when it comes to events, number one, when it comes to crypto events, number two, as a developer hub. We already, I think, third worldwide when it comes to development beyond only New York and London. We're actually above Singapore.
I mean, Dubai has more blockchain developers than only third to New York and London? Like more than places like Paris? Really? Wow, I didn't know that. Okay,
so
wow.
we are becoming a developer hub, a talent hub actually, not only developers, by the way. So it's when it comes to talent, Dubai has much more talent than a lot of other regions in the world. Developers being part of that, of course, ecosystem or access to talent. So
well, it seemed like the entrepreneurs are quick to move, right? Like they look at Dubai, they see all the advantages, they pack up their families. I mean, look at me, right? Like we come here and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, there are no developers here, so I have to outsource this again.
Yeah,
so
but
bringing
you see much more founders
into the
here.
equation now is music to my ears, because that's really what we've all been waiting for, and that's the exciting thing about these events too. I mean, you guys have to look at the Dubai events calendar. It's just mind-blowing how much is going on, and all these layer ones and layer twos are now coming in with their own very specific events to drive innovation and drive developer adoption. The polygons, we talked about Solana, we talked about Sui. Who else is there?
Ripple Swell was here this year,
right.
Last year, I mean. Also Cardano Summit, the international one, the world one.
True. That was Algorand also had their own summit here. So 100%. That's really cool. Yeah. Dubai has sort of become the place where you don't really have to travel to other conferences anymore, because at least once a year, everyone comes here.
And Token, and everybody's excited about Token this year as well. And the whole side event ecosystem is becoming a Dubai thing. It wasn't a Dubai thing a couple of years ago. When we last talked about Dubai, the word side event was not even there.
No, everybody wanted to do those massive events like Eman, and big shout out to him, by the way. Thanks for having us again. Always great to be here. And Olga, of course, for organizing, doing a stellar job here. But these side events are sometimes easier to actually, grab a drink with someone and actually have some FaceTime and talk about more details. I'm all for it.
And the ecosystem has grown so much that there is every single day an event or a meetup here in Dubai, let alone the event season,
So then let me ask you this, because you're also a family man. How do you square it? Like, how do you actually make time for all these events? Because I don't know how to do it.
I don't. I actually don't go to all the side events, of course, but I prioritize the ones that I
There you go. You only see him here, only at AIBC.
I mean, I think it's going to be a norm in Dubai now, and it's already becoming a norm for people within the crypto space, within the AI space, to meet on a regular basis. Also, we've seen, like, for example, the key figures in the world of AI coming to World Government Summit here in Dubai last week or so. It's going to be more and more excitement here in Dubai. There's going to be more and more developers here in Dubai. We've had Vitalik as well last month.
That's something I wanted to ask you about. Thank you for reminding me. How was that? And can you disclose the reason why he was here and what came out of it? I'm assuming it goes to the whole developer ecosystem build-up, but anything exciting you can share with us?
It was his first visit to Dubai, and he loved it. He loved the idea of Dubai. He visited the Museum of the Future. He visited a couple of crypto projects here and met the developers here and talked about what's next for Ethereum. And it was exciting for us here in Dubai because it's the first time that he actually visits here. And he heard a lot about Dubai, but when he actually saw it, he was really impressed of what we're doing here. And he thinks that this is going to be really a good place to have an ecosystem and developers being based out of here, Dubai, because it is very forward-looking and very, very futuristic.
It's so funny to hear the same story over and over again, right? Like there are people who have reservations to coming here, and the minute they come here, they're like, oh wow, this is totally different from what I imagined.
Yeah, he was pleasantly surprised, and he said he'll probably come back 100%.
Too much negative press in some of the Western media, so people have to come here and check it out for themselves. That's all I have to say. It says time's up here now, so we didn't get into any audience questions, and I don't want to make Olga angry. So you tell me, are there any questions from the audience? Let's start like this. There's one back there. Can we squeeze in one?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I wanted to ask one too, but I'll give you the, can we turn on the mic, please? Thank you. We still have room for one question. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the very interesting panel of Fireside Chat. Dr. Marwan, you mentioned about the ecosystem and stuff. Is there any special plan for high-performance computing, blockchain and AI combined as one ecosystem? And are you welcoming this kind of project that is building this kind of ecosystem?
I'll say watch this space. I cannot say too much, but of course UAE has one of the world's top open source AI engines. Also, there's a huge government move to adopt blockchain, as you know, and also AI, even when it comes to hypercomputing. So you'll watch the space, I would say.
I had a quick question. You mentioned in the beginning the gaming strategy for the next decade. So what's your take on the upcoming regulation for this field? Because we cannot not mention it since it's both Sigma and AIBC, and game is getting strong. What's your take on that?
So gaming in this case is related to the Dubai Gaming Program, which is a 10-year program for esports and gaming. It is going to be an initiative that's not only attracting developers to be based out of here, but the ecosystem supporting them. For example, game publishers is one of the things that we're targeting. Game kind of tournaments and esports is another thing. But the whole idea is to set Dubai as the perfect space for developers to come and be based out of here, and for game publishers to publish games from. Not only for regional content, but also launch projects from all over the world, out of Dubai to the whole world.
Do you think we will see more initiatives next year, maybe in 2 years?
Of course, it's a 10-year program, so you'll see a lot of initiatives coming out year on year, and you'll see a lot of meetups, like we've had one called Gather Gaming, which is a meetup that's happening on a regular basis now.
It's very exciting. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
much.